Jeff, you guys got some full pads on. Was there some pad popping going on?
Well, it was really good. I haven't graded the video obviously yet, but the intensity was fantastic, and we were full of energy and getting after it. And we did a lot. We did a whole lot. We did inside fun drill. Some people call it inside run. We call it inside fun. We did team pass. We did third down pass. We did third down scale. We did turbo. We did shield motions and movements. We did we hooked it up a lot today with each other. So not much scout team work, very opposite of yesterday, and really flew around and had fun. And it was good to see the first full pads.
I think on Tuesday you said the guys were moving around a little bit slower. Did you feel kind of an increase in intensity today?
Yeah, I did. I did for sure. It was smart to take it off of them a little bit yesterday so we could get that really good day today. They were great yesterday too. We just weren't very physical yesterday at all.
Jeff, we didn't see Frank Harris out there today. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we had a few guys we held out today for just precautionary reasons. Just sore, just reasons. I can't give all the reasons of why, because there's some stuff with privacy on some of this stuff you just can't talk about. But everybody's just a day-to-day deal. There's nothing going on.
It seems like along those lines, the COVID situation, unfortunately, is getting worse around San Antonio, and we saw some changes with UTSA's, academically. Anything you guys have had to change as a result of the situation?
Probably just more of a mindset. We've addressed that today. That we're not out of the woods. We have to be smart because it's just roaring right now. My team is getting more vaccinated by the moment. I'd be shocked if we're not over 90% right now, and so that's more of a mindset with us, and just to be conscious, and let's go ahead and social distance, even though we're vaccinated. Let's just be careful and be smart. Just that. Nothing else. It's still same procedures, same testing procedures, all that staying the same. But our kids have been fantastic, and that's about all I can say, because then you might start putting two and two together. Who's not out there on the field, and does that mean they're getting vaccinated? And I got to be careful that would be a bad look for those kids and their families, and I got to be careful about that.
I think as we were coming into the fall, you talked about, even though it's a lot of the same guys on the roster, that the leadership might look different. Is there anybody through the first few sessions who's kind of emerged in that way?
That's a great question. I'd have to really think hard about that. It's even more that my leaders from last year are just so much better at it. I mean Leroy's really good at it right now. Chuck Wiley's really good at that stuff. Rashad Wisdom they're really good at it. Josh and Frank, Spencer Burford is the guy that's probably really turned it on a little bit as far as leadership. Zachary Franklin, with just his way he's practicing after the catch, and just his attitude. Rashad, Sincere's always kind of been that. Brendan Brady's always been a great leader. We're fortunate we've got a punter and a kicker that are great leaders. Lucas and Hunter are great leaders. And I'm sure I'm leaving off people's names, but we've got a solid Day is a really good leader. So I could go on and on about my kids and how they lead. And we're not a perfect team. We're far from it. We've got our fleas and we've got our flaws, but it's not for lack of effort and not for showing up. And they really gave it to me today.
Have you guys already voted on the leadership council and the single digit guys?
We'll do that after the 21st. We're going to scrimmage this 14th, and then we'll scrimmage on the 21st. And we feel like we'll have a good beat on who everybody is. And I've got a great equipment guy. Stretch is the best, and most equipment guys would be freaking out not knowing what the jersey numbers are right now. It drives Kyle crazy having to get a roster. It's a pain in the butt, let's be honest. For y'all, for me, for the professional scouts, they're like, what is he number 39 or is he number 0? I'm like, well, we'll find out after the 21st. I said, I imagine it'll be in 0. But those kids really love it. They love competing with those numbers, and when they leave, they want to know they left something. They want to know when they're sitting in those bleachers and they look out there at those kids in those single digits, they know what that's about. They know. And so it's a legacy they want to leave behind. And I believe in it. But in today's culture with transfer portal and everybody getting their feelings hurt, everybody's looking for a reason to be mad and get upset nowadays. So it's a dangerous thing to do, but our kids are all into it. Now, if I lose 4 kids in the portal because they didn't get the right jersey number, we might change the policy.
Jeff, you guys are going to scrimmage this Saturday. What are some of the things you're going to be looking for?
I'm looking forward to some live tackling. I'll be throwing up over there, so nervous somebody's going to get injured. But we need to do it. We need to go to the ground, and my receivers need to, get used to take care of the football, to the ground and running backs and all that, but just the live tackling piece of it. And I know they'll show up and be ready to have a lot of juice, but we've got to get some depth. We got to find out. But these kids we brought in, everybody looks good right now, but when you really play the game on Saturday, what's that going to look like? It won't look much different, but getting tackled to the ground is still different than thud and tag. It's just different. Quarterbacks too. It's just different.
Are you still running 4 teams right now, or?
We're down to 3 right now. We because of the precautionary measures we're taking, it would have taxed too many people to run 4 right now. So we were down to 3 today. Great question. And I repeat, all the guys could have gone today. We just were being smart.
What stands out about the tight ends so far? What have you seen from that group? I know you mentioned you have a lot of tight end coaches here who like to work with those guys. Anybody who stood out from that room so far?
They're just really good. I mean, we've got, Leroy's really coming on. He feels Oscar. He knows how good Oscar is, and he's feeling that. So those two are just going at a war's pace. Gavin has really come on this camp. We're really Allen has done better, and Dan's had a great summer as well. And of course, we moved Peter Gray in that mix, and Peter is a good football player. So we feel good about that room. That's as good a tight end room as there is anywhere. And I've coached at some really good places, and I would put our tight end room up against anybody's.
We know you have a lot of great blockers in that room, but who do you see as the most dynamic receiving threat of the bunch?
All of them can catch. Gavin's probably the most dynamic, but Leroy's really improved at it. I mean, you watch him in practice right now. He's run after catch, the way he moves around, he's just better at it. Oscar's always been a great ball catcher. Allen has freakish ability. I mean, he has unbelievable potential. It's just a matter of him, growing up. It's like all those guys, when I got the job, luckily a lot of our guys had gone through some of that. They'd already gone through that, and we're having to get our young kids to go through it. The difference is we've got because of super seniors, and we've added a lot of veteran kids from recruiting and transfer portals. We're pretty stacked at the top. So these young kids are having to wait their turn, and that's going to be the hardest thing. Can they handle waiting their turn, or are they going to get mad and jump in the portal? I mean, because that's kind of the way of the new world nowadays. So, Allen's freakishly talented when it comes to catching the ball too.
Is Leroy's improvement like a physical thing? Is he
Totally.
faster, much better?
Totally. He's lost 15 to 20 pounds. He just is more determined. He can see the light at the end of the tunnel. He's graduated. I mean, he's excited, and he likes being a leader. He believes in us, and we believe in him. It's been a total transformation of a human being, and I'm grateful for Leroy and how he believes in me and how he leads our football team.
When do you start getting into Illinois? Do you have some GAs or advanced scouts looking at them already?
Yeah, we've already, we've done the best we can. We're not for sure. You go back and watch everything he's ever done, wherever he's ever been. You study coordinators, same as us. They're looking at our video. We're watching their video. So we'll do them like we would a normal opponent. We will continue to work on us. And then 2 weeks out, as soon as that scrimmage is up on the 21st, we vote for everything. Leadership council, single digits. That Sunday, we'll come here and be on Illinois. We'll have a better handle on them after we see them play Nebraska, obviously. But we will start working on them that week.
Hey, Coach, with a few players out today, was there any standouts that stood out to you today in practice?
I was really pleased with old Mississippi, old Galmore. He took Makai's spot, and we didn't miss a beat over there. I was really glad to see that, 'cause that's a kid we brought back as a super senior. With Frank taking the day off, it was good to see all the quarterbacks elevate and get to do, everybody get to bump up one. So Eddie Lee made some really impressive throws, for a young kid. I mean, he hangs in that pocket. He doesn't even see pressure. And his release is so quick. I mean, he just gets the ball out so fast. Josh is always good every day. He's just solid as heck every day. And he had a really good day. And Lowell moved around better. We held him out yesterday just to be careful. And so he was more healthy today. So he had a good day. So obviously our D-line's very, very deep. And so Brandon Matterson not being out there, Brandon Brown really had a good day out there. It looked like to me. I haven't watched all the video yet, but just watching, I know Cyrus had a couple sacks today. We were really high on him. He had the unfortunate, situation with his health last year, or he was in the 2 deep from the jump as a high school, coming out of high school. So we were expecting very big things out of Cyrus as well.
What was the situation with him last year?
Just some stuff with cardio and stuff with just precautionary stuff. Nothing that we foresee to be any trouble in the future. Just it was some cardio stuff.
Is it fun talking to those scouts? We saw you over there. Is that one of those things that you kind of help the process and coaching and being able to?
Yeah, it's what we do this for. I mean, it's like I told about 5 of them today. Unfortunately, I had to tell the truth, and like the other 6, I told them. Fortunately, I had to tell the truth. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to those guys, or they won't come back. They won't believe me. So I know I'll repeat it, but unfortunately, I had to tell the truth, or it was fortunately I had to tell the truth. That stuff matters. I mean, they want to know: are they late to meetings? Are they going to class? What do they do off the field? What do they like all the time? How do they take notes? Those guys, they didn't become billionaires by being dumb. I mean, they're going to do their work before they invest a bunch of money in people.
So do they come in here already knowing who they're looking at particularly, or are they coming in kind of, it's like with a group of individuals?
They already have their list when they come in. They've already done they're checking my words versus everybody else's words. They've already gone to high school coaches, counselors, strength staff, position coaches, places they've played against. They've already got their work done, right? So, but then when they get here, they always find somebody else every single time. There were 3 here today. We've already had 3 or 4 here. We've had somebody here every day. But every time, each scout asked me about somebody different because he was not on the list. He was not on the list. So that's a good thing, and it gives the kids hope, and it makes them practice harder. It always makes it just makes them go because they know they're over there evaluating them.
That's got to make you feel awfully good as a coach, knowing that you've got a little tiny bit of a part in growing these men into doing what they want to do for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, better people make better teams, and that's always been my focus. I want to have a bunch of really good people. You don't have to be a bad person to be a good football player. You can be a really good person and be a good football player, and that's always been my focus. It's probably the high school coach in me. It's what's taught at a very young age to all Texas high school coaches, and that's probably just in my soul from a very young age. So it breaks my heart when I have to tell them that this kid's late and this kid doesn't do this, but it sure makes me feel good when I see some turnaround stories. Leroy is a great story because he had a great turnaround. So we have a lot of those guys. Rashad Wisdom's he's been that guy since Diana and Richard probably started raising him. I didn't have much to do with the development of Josh Atkins or Frank Harris, those guys. But a lot of these kids might not have had that, and maybe I'm the first male they trusted, or maybe their position coach was. That's where I get a real kick. And I'm happy for Josh and Frank and those kind of guys too, Rashad. But I know that I was just a part of that, a small part, where others we might have a bigger influence on.